like I said, you Lord the out of this.
NASCAR fans. You know how NASCAR isn't just about speed, it's about raw emotions, rivalries, and sometimes a good old knuckle sandwich. It's the adrenaline, attitude, and yes, sometimes a fist or two flying on pit road. And what's a race without some fireworks, right? From the jaw-dropping beef between Tony Stewart and Joey Logano to Bubba Wallace putting Kyle Larson on blast, even veteran driver Jeff Gordon lost his calm. This sport has had some wild moments. Can you believe some of these legendary showdowns? These moments are why we tune in every week. Have you ever wondered what goes through a driver's head when they step out of their car and decide to throw down? Is it just frustration? Or is it personal? Or why these trackside fights are sometimes more memorable than the races themselves? And let's not forget, how does NASCAR handle these brawls? Fines? Suspensions? Or just a stern talking to? What's your take on these drivers settling scores outside the car? Buckle up, because we're about to relive the spiciest brawls of the 21st century. At number 7, Joey Logano versus Tony Stewart. It's 2013 at Auto Club Speedway, and Joey Logano blocks Tony Stewart on a late restart. Big mistake. Smoke storms down pit road post-race, and what starts as a heated argument escalates with punches flying.
And boy, Tony Stewart is after Logano.
Well, I did see some punches thrown today. You can't say they're just pushing each other. Not sure what went on between Stewart and Logano.
Now, Stewart could have been reacting to the restart.
Tony, what angered you at the end of the race? What did you take issue with?
What the hell do you think I was mad about? Dumb little runs us clear down to the infield. He wants to about everybody else.
Tony later called Joey a scaredy cat, while Logano coolly brushed it off. This one's a classic. Tony's fiery temper against Joey's cooler head. Number 6. Jeff Gordon versus Brad Keselowski. Fast forward to 2014 at Texas Motor Speedway. Jeff Gordon's championship hopes take a hit. Literally. In the closing laps of the race, the first year of the modern win-and-you're-in system, Jeff Gordon and Brad Keselowski tangled, cutting Gordon's right rear tire, putting him out of contention. Angry Gordon then went to confront Keselowski on pit road. After a brief discussion, Keselowski tried to walk away before Kevin Harvick pushed him back towards Gordon. From there, it was on. Gordon's pit crew and Keselowski's pit crew made a scrum between the cars and pit wall.
Contact Gordon and Keselowski. Keselowski to the outside of Johnson for the race lead.
Jeff Gordon may have a flat tire. Yeah, he does.
Gordon spinning, turn 4. Caution is out.
Brad Keselowski was ready to go, though, but you can see the contact's what cut the left rear tire down there.
Gordon spinning, turn 4. Caution is out.
Conversation and have it right now.
The wreck ultimately cost Gordon a spot in the 2014 Championship 4, and fans still debate, would Gordon have won his 5th championship had this not happened? Number 5, Kyle Busch versus Joey Logano. Kyle Busch spins out on the final lap after a Joey Logano move in 2017 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Busch storms over to Joey post-race and lands a jab right to the face before Joey's crew piles in.
Kyle Busch and Joey Logano's crewmen involved there.
The aftermath? A bleeding forehead for Kyle and an instant viral clip. Who do you side with here? Let us know in the comments. Number 4. Daniel Suarez versus Michael McDowell. Qualifying rounds rarely get this spicy, but 2019 at Phoenix was the exception. Daniel Suarez wasn't happy with Michael McDowell blocking his lap, so he took matters, and McDowell, into his own hands.
Suarez did not get the lap he wanted. He ends up 28th. He and Michael McDowell are right on top of each other on the speed chart. And after round 1 of qualifying, Suarez went looking for McDowell to have a conversation, and Michael McDowell went after him. Punches were thrown. Crew chief attempting to break it up. Eventually they did, and they had a conversation.
Just miscommunication on the racetrack.
we all kind of waited till the end, and then you just had a lot of traffic.
It's just a lack of respect. Everyone here in the garage knows that he killed me in one corner. I thought he was gonna get out of the way in the second corner, and he didn't. And I almost wrecked him, and then he was disappointed because I was trying to wreck him afterwards. But that's power racing.
The takedown was straight out of a UFC playbook, cementing this fight in NASCAR's Hall of Fame. Number 3, Bubba Wallace versus Kyle Larson. Vegas strikes again in 2022. After Kyle Larson's aggressive move sends Bubba Wallace into the wall, Bubba retaliates with a spin out, and then a shove fest on the infield. Larson kept his cool, while Bubba let his emotions fly.
Big battle off of turn 4 here.
And into the wall goes Bubba Wallace. And he comes back across the track, tags the 5. They're both in the wall. The caution comes out. That hard racing by the 5 and the 45.
Well, if that wasn't intentional, I don't know what was.
Bubba Wallace out of the car. The AMR safety crew to him as he is walking down the racetrack. He's headed right now for the 5 car.
The 5 came up the racetrack. That sent Bubba into the wall. Bubba seems to be a little upset about that, wants to know what was going on over there.
That's a big impact.
Larson's out of the car as well. We saw him take the helmet off. Bubba now about 20 yards away.
Definitely frustrated. NASCAR trying to get him calmed down. They want to get him in the AMR safety vehicle to get him back to the infield care center.
What do you think? Was Bubba justified? Or did things go too far? Number 2, Noah Gragson versus Ross Chastain. This specific altercation between Gragson and everyone's favorite NASCAR garage roughneck, Ross Chastain, happened back in May of 2023, after the conclusion of the first Kansas race of the year. This altercation happened after Ross Chastain was a complete menace on the track. Earlier in the race, he got into both Kyle Busch and Christopher Bell, and later he overdrove a corner and ran up the track, squeezing Noah Gragson into the wall. Frustrated with Chastain's aggressive racing, Gragson grabs Ross by the fire suit, but Ross doesn't hesitate, landing a clean right hook before officials break it up. Even Kyle Larson had to stop mid-interview to watch this one. Quick, brutal, and unforgettable.
Thought I would clear you. Gragson, you bored the out of this, man. What the is your problem?
Key right here, right? Noah grabs Ross right there, and that's kind of a signal to anybody. And anybody that's ever been in a fight or a tussle, that's a signal.
And then it all breaks loose.
NASCAR piling in. We've got officials, we got security, we've got all of them jumping into there. But Ross did get a pretty good little shot in.
You know, I would never walk up and grab somebody.
Stop.
You want to have a conversation? We have a conversation. So Ross says, I don't like that, stop.
Yep.
And they says stop again. Then Noah actually jerks him.
Number 1, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. versus Kyle Busch. And finally, the 2024 All-Star race gave us a fight for the ages. Kyle Busch wrecks Ricky Stenhouse Jr. early, but Ricky isn't done. Post-race in the garage, he lands a knockout punch that floors Busch. Fines flew, but fans ate it up, calling it the best fight in years.
We've got a fight going on right now between Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Those two crashed back at lap number 2.
Get off of here!
And now the pit crews are involved.
Go! Get out of here!
The second replay we had showed that Stenhouse apparently did not contact Kyle Busch, who thought that Ricky ran him up and into the wall and then turned Stenhouse into the wall and out of the race.
Who was in the right? You tell us. So, there you have it, folks. 7 fights in the modern NASCAR era that prove racing isn't just about speed. It's about spirit, drama, and sometimes a good old-fashioned brawl. Now, we want to hear from you fans. Which one is your favorite fight from these? Which driver's side are you on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get this discussion rolling. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more interesting stories and updates from everything NASCAR. Do share this video with your friends. Until next time, keep the conversation going on, lucky dog on track.